Don't make a sound until you hear a better striker than Wayne Rooney, Carlos Tevez, Lukaku, Harry Kane, Luis Suarez, Didier Drogba, Erling Haaland, Sergio Aguero, Cristiano Ronaldo. Yeah, that was it.
I'm gonna stop till a couple more as well, but
Ronaldo ou Romário? Fala galera da Romário TV, tô aqui com o Ronaldo dentro da grande área, olha que responsa. E eu vim aqui fazer umas perguntinhas pra ele básicas, tá? Ronaldo ou Henry?
Ronaldo.
Ronaldo ou Haaland?
Ronaldo.
Ronaldo ou Lewandowski?
Ronaldo.
Ronaldo ou Adriano?
Ronaldo.
Ronaldo ou Cristiano Ronaldo?
Ronaldo.
Ronaldo ou Messi?
Messi.
Agora a última. Ronaldo ou Romário? Tem que responder?
Empate.
When I was done watching that video, I looked at myself and I'm like, so the pronunciation is not Ronaldo, but the Brazilian Ronaldo, like H-R, like the words, just how these guys get to say this. But welcome, this is the Sports Republic show and you are watching Voice of the People Television. My name is Keshi, and we'll start off properly just straight away. It goes on the show today. Yes. Let's start with the good news before we talk about Victor Boniface and the stories surrounding his gestures. And there's a one that I like to look into right now where we've seen the news about Super Eagles midfielder Wilfred Ndidi. We'll bring you the video so you see for yourself that kind gestures down the world. Ndidi gives Indoka Ogbade a new car, you can say new vehicle, and then good news. Super Eagles midfielder Wilfred Ndidi has surprised his former grassroots coach Indoka Ogbade with a car gift in a display of gratitude and appreciation for nurturing his talent. The 28-year-old who recently suffered relegation to the Premier League side, Leicester City to the Championship, and also at the end of 24-25 season was filmed sharing a hug. You can see that, visibly a hug, emotional to Ogbade before getting him a sporty utility vehicle. This gesture, according to Wilfred Ndidi, was an appreciation for the ex-under-17 head coach who credits as being instrumental in his career trajectory. Ogbade, 55, was a member of the Nigerian team that won the inaugural edition of the FIFA Under-17 World Cup in China, then known as the Kodak FIFA Under-16 World Tournament, defeating West Germany 2-0 in the final. He went on to feature in all cadres of the national team, playing 6 matches at the level of the Under-17 and although 6 games for the Under-20 level, scoring the solidarity goal and before making his 5th appearance for the Super Eagles. Now you can see the man, he's transitioning into coaching after officially hanging up his boots back in 2003, and he led several domestic outfits. He also had a short stint in charge of the Nigerian Under-17 team, nicknamed the Golden Eaglet, where he oversaw 4 matches at the helm during the AFCON tournament campaign held in Algeria in 2023, in which the country crashed out in the quarterfinals to their Burkina Faso counterpart. Now, what about the man who gifted the car? His name is Ndidi. On the other hand, Ndidi blossomed into a formidable player both on the club level and the country level since making the switch from Belgian Jubilee Pro League side Genk to Leicester in January 2017. He made 303 appearances for the Foxes, scoring 18 goals and providing an additional 22 assists across all competition, dumping so many things that goes off his mind, and now he's just on the verge of being what a very big player. During this the just concluded 24-25 campaign, Wilfred Ndidi made a total of 30 appearances for Leicester, scoring once in the League Cup and recording 5 assists, all which came in the Premier League. Okay, I'd like to talk about this now. How good does it feel to see Ndidi gifting a car to his boss? I won't use the word boss. We know the story of these people. We know the story. See, basically, majority of the Nigerian players came from the scratch. And for a Wilfred Ndidi kind of gesture, you could say stay without there. But for Wilfred Ndidi to come out and say, Ndoka Ogbade, you've done well for me. I'm giving you this car. It's ideal to know that it's not just about the car alone. It's also good to know that it won't just be the car. We know that's cash prize, just maybe, or cash that will be, enjoying to that. But who would have known or who should know? I don't even know Ndoka Ogbade's status at this point in time. I don't know if he walks by foot, if he did trek, I don't know. I don't know if he owns a car before now, I don't know. But for Ndidi to pick him out out of all of the people who have said Ndidi on the run, take this card, and I would say it's a nice gesture. So I just would commend Wilfred Ndidi, and also would not be wrong to see all the Nigerian players go on to do this oftentimes. But that's a very big one you can do for yourself. Yes, let's talk about team strategy. Eric Chell, I told you this one. If the Super Eagles coach does well, we give him all of the respect that is due him. If he does so bad, we'll talk about it. That's just what we do. And speaking of the post-match interview, Chell said the Super Eagles need to improve on playing under pressure. According to him, he noticed the problem in the team. Last 3 matches against the Ghana side, the Jamaica and the Russian side. So those games that you saw not long, the Unity Cup, the friendly matches, these were games rather, that Eric Chell looked, watched, and saw some of the differences that he feels like he needs to put in correction. Now, he said in his word, we will make changes, we'll work on playing under pressure because this problem has already arisen in the last 3 matches. We need to learn to cope with the opponent's pressing. This was especially noticeable in the second half when we were practically left without the ball, and this is thanks to Russian football. I think I must commend the Nigerian Football Federation for bringing in that very game. Yes, I was not really a fan of that Russia game because of the invasion on Ukraine, you know the story, but I would give them a respect and a record and recommendation and also commendation on the part where they did something that I would say yes was outstanding. We played against a team that is well organized, well coordinated, fascinated on the ball, beautiful to watch, and you saw the way the Russians were playing, and then they rush us. We said we define ball, we not see ball. See, we just say we get coordination, we not get them. That's why you have those games, the Unity Cup. That's why you have this one, what's it called, the friendly games, so the coach can get to know his players. And he said, now we are talking about the future of my team. And I like that word, my team. It's your team. As we are preparing for the World Cup qualifiers, we made a lot of changes to the squad, and our usual pressing game was a bit difficult because the new players are yet to fully understand how we want to play. Now, he said, so we need to keep working on our playing pattern and try to find balance. The Franco Malangava, however, admitted that the match was a very tough one against a strong opponent. Russia has a very good team with lots of pressure and technical qualities. You can watch them, you can see, you can attest to see. When you watch the Russian play, they are fast. And I think I like the fact that it's not an African team that will play because you cannot compare some of these European teams to the African football. They are very pacey. You know the Super Eagles play the game like this, like a testicular approach on the game. We are playing like nothing is at stake. We just play, just touch the ball, they go around. That's what we like to do. But Chelsea said we did not play well in the first half. We didn't enforce our pressing game so well. But we were better in the second half with our pressing, and that made a difference for us. It was not an easy game, he said. When I saw the game, it was not easy. It was because we played against a very good team. They had their chances in the first half, and they took them. We had our own chances, but the keeper saved it. Now, before I give you a record about the Super Eagles news, what we did in Russia, Lubyanka Stadium, I'd like to let you know that playing against a Russian side showed a lot of things. But aside that very game, I think Eric Chell, if you will listen to me, in my opinion, I feel like you need to start looking at this game from the Zimbabwe game. Against Rwanda, the World Cup qualifiers in Kigali, where we scored, Victor Osimhen stole the show. We had a very decent game. We played well. The strategy, the plan was out there. We dominated. The Super Eagles are known for what? Domination of games. We are not known for being or playing second fiddle. We are known for owning the game. And that's one thing that we are still struggling to get at this point in time. Now, you can't keep telling us they played well in the first half and the second half. We don't want to see that. We want to see a team that would play well in the first half and also play well in the second half. It's either you're playing well in the first half and you're holding on the second half. But anytime we get to score, so when we score, it looks like it's on the detriment of the team. When we score, let's say that goal scored at disadvantage for us because you know why? You go, they struggle. They struggle because we want to keep that momentum. We can't keep it. We can't even stand pressure. And if there's anything about this story on the show today on the Sports Republic, I must tell you, I'm liking what Eric Chell is coming to say to the media. You know why? Because Eric Chell knows that if I don't say this and people say it for me, it's wrong. So he's the gaffer, he's the coach, he's got a star. We need to let him do what he wants to do. I want to believe that against Rwanda, come September, we're going to win that game and we'll go to South Africa to get the result. You know why? Because now we've seen the Unity Cup. I want to believe also that he would make the right call. We know the guys who are national team players that they were not part of this one, but at the end of the day, we'll call them. We know Fulham those, the Doe are Calvin Bassey, Alexa Wobi, we know. Wilfred Ndidi was part of that very one. But Victor Osimhen, Ademola Lookman, anytime they return, they are part of the team, integral part. We're not going to do without them. Sorry to use the word, but if you know what I know what I'm saying. Now, that friendly game that we saw just some days back, we score with a shout hallelujah and they celebrate. Tolu Arokodare personally for him is a good record. But you know, not say we suffer for that match. Russia won't bend us go outside. We not see ball play. They were just so good to watch. They played. See, that's the team that have not played the game since 2002. 2022 better was sorry. February 2022. They've not played a competitive game. But look how they played against the Super Eagles. We did struggle. And Eric Shell is coming to tell me another story. Please, I don't think Super Story will work for me. Well, I didn't know where in there now. You know how they do it very well. So let's leave Super Story for Wale Adenuga production. Let's get the job done. Let's come out in massive. Let's come out in number. Let's come out in the way that we need to play against other teams. Because we know the record. You note, our record total of 45,608 fans were in attendance at the Luzhniki Stadium, Moscow, when the Super Eagles took on the Russia in a friendly game in that very day. And you know, can I tell you, according to the Russian Football Union, RFU, it was the highest crowd for a Russian home game in 6 years. You see how big Nigeria is. Now, where will they go people when they watch us? Now, see, even that one when they play for Brentford, that GTX Stadium, we set tickets. Let me say we said, then set ticket because it's a Nigerian people. That Super Eagles, they come. So one of the teams, they check, who they come. Okay, Osimhen was on there, but Chikwete was there. Some of our key players were in that very part. And the masses, the turnout was outstanding. You could see the GTX Community Stadium. People came out to watch that very game. Now, but according to RFU, the Russian Football Union, is the highest crowd for a Russian home game in 6 years. The record was only surpassed by Russia in Euro 2000, yesterday about 2000, qualifiers against Belgium, I recall, in November. I think Belgium in November 2019 at the Gazprom Arena in St. Petersburg, which was watched by 53,317 fans that very day. So Super Eagles have a record. So we don't go Russia, go shoot and say, yes, that's what it is. But I'm happy for Eric Chell because his run continues. Eric Chell wants to do Arsenal team. He wants to go, what's the word? Eric Chell maybe is trying to go unbeaten. That's the word, unbeaten. He got me stuttering. But let's leave that one. And then I cannot wait to talk about Victor Boniface. There's the news about Victor Boniface. We'll bring you that post. And we'll talk about Victor Osimhen. Osimhen is really the most talked about Nigerian player now. I don't even know it. We'll tell you about the amount, the money that is due. Bro, we'll talk about Osimhen. But let's talk about something now. Some players who are on Eric Chell's list. The future of players, Boniface and some other players. Chell has arrived at certain conclusion from the game spell, what we exclusively gathered and has now taken a definite stand on 5 players from the team heading to the next set of international games according to reports. Top of the list is Victor Boniface, who is the coach, who was one of the coach favorites, that's the word. Now, the coach wasn't impressed with the game against Russia, taking him off for Tolu Arokodare, who scored the winner. Chell wasn't happy with his lack of endeavors, tracking back and also pressing. Simply puts him in and he failed to live up to expectation. Now, from all indications, Boniface might likely not play for the team in the nearest future, something he emphasized in his now deleted post on Instagram, where he announced his retirement from international football. I don't know if I have that, I don't know. My mobile. But reverses the case for 30-year-old Cyril Desals, who is now set. Don't worry, very soon we'll bring you that post so you now see the post by yourself. Where Boniface talked that in. Boniface post where he said, I don't hang boots. And that word, I don't hang boots, is what's raising controversies now. I don't hang boots means a lot. I don't hang boots means you're retiring. That's like the local one, the pidgin language. I don't hang boots, we say I don't play a game. Now, reverses the case for 30-year-old Cyril Desals, who is now set to be part of the setup as one of the backups for first choice Victor Osimhen. He impressed Chair with his constant running, pressing, and also penalty area presence in the 2 games he played at the Unity Cup. Now, another player who played his way into the setup is Frank Onyeka, with Chell left impressed with his work rate and distance covered, something that suits the idea of seeing out games. You know, say manager day. See, if you did watch the Nations League, right, the UEFA Nations League, if you watch that, if you follow the French team very well, you will see that Didier Deschamps, who I feel needs to back up at some point. If you see that setup, you will see that there's some thing going on in that midfield. Chomeni is there, Gendozi is there, Mano Kone is there, Rabiot is there, Jackie up front, but I'm talking about the central midfielders, or you could say central midfielders. Now, there's a reason why Rabiot played all of the games at the UEFA Nations League, which was won by Ronaldo, Portugal. You know why? Work rate. Now, Eric Chell told us from the start that if you want to be my team, anyone who is not running would not be part of the team. Now, you know what Onyeka did? See, they threw Onyeka off some qualifiers. I'm like, why are you dropping Frank Onyeka from Augsburg to Brentford to Parent Club? He's got work rate. But recently, the last game we saw, the Unity Cup, he was just running. He never stopped running. He'd be like Alvarez for Atletico Madrid, just the run. You don't stop, just the run. And coaches like to see players like that. You're on your toes 24 hours, you're running, you're sprinting, you're not settling for less, you're not painting down on the game. Now, another man who is in the news is young Brentford defender Benjamin Frederick, the man that's got the dread, also made an impression to the manager, who now sees him as a fourth-choice centre-back. And that's a situation that could change rapidly if he breaks into the first team of Brentford. You know why? That small boy may get mind. He could be young, yeah. We know big players who play ahead of him. Who are the big players? Trust Ekong, Semi Ajayi, Calvin Bassey, maybe Igor Ogbu. He won the league's Liga Pride. You don't want to compare to Frederick Benjamin, no. So we have players that can play that role. But for the manager, he will keep bringing this guy, taking him for every tournament. For me, that's my opinion. Now, Chel also seen from the games that Bruno Onyemaechi, the left fullback, or the left back, I think it's the fullback actually, no, left back. When you say fullback, it doesn't not to get transition power. So let me say left back can be limited against opponents who press high on the pitch and will likely leave him out of the future games with Felix Agu. That's why we carry Tinted here come. Now ahead of him in the race for the backup role. And Ola Aina is in the story. So Eric Chell has got a job to do. Do you know? He has got a very big job to do. But now let's talk about the speculation mode. This is like the top point. Victor Boniface, but we go on a short break. We just bring you that Rooney and then just that Rooney and the Ronaldo talk. When we return, we'll tell you about Victor Boniface. You see the post for yourself and you now know what Victor Boniface have done to himself and possibly also the division and the national team. Please don't go anywhere. Just watch. Keep staying. I'll be back. We'll be back shortly.
Osimhen. We need Osimhen. We need experience. We need someone who knows how to score. We need someone who can come and show these young strikers at Man United how to do it. If I'm Man United, I'm making it happen. I want someone who knows their way around the football pitch at the elite level and knows how to score at the elite level consistently. Osimhen's done that. I want here and now. He does. Yes, Osimhen hasn't played in the Premier League, but I don't care. I think he scores wherever he goes.
Don't make a sound until you hear a better striker than Wayne Rooney, Carlos Tevez, Lukaku, Harry Kane, Luis Suarez, Didier Drogba, Erling Haaland, Sergio Aguero, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah.
That was it?
Yeah. I could have stopped on a couple more as well, but...
Don't make a sound until you hear a better striker than Wayne Rooney, Carlos Tevez, Lukaku, Harry Kane, Luis Suarez, Didier Drogba, Erling Haaland, Sergio Aguero, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah.
That was it?
Yeah. I could have stopped on a couple more as well, but...
All right, welcome back from that quick break. I was just searching for my mobile. I talked about Boniface now. Victor Boniface is in the story, and quickly we'll have to look into his case. And then I don't know if if you think we should give him, Nigeria, should give him more playing time, more opportunities. But I like to say this, everybody knows that the national team not be anybody papa own. So when I say that, you know what it means. If you're not doing well, you should not be in the national team. If you want to be in the national team, you need to understand that you have to give your best, your all, when you're opportune to wear that jersey, the green-white jersey. Now, Victor Boniface's social media post hinting at retiring from the Super Eagles of Nigerian squad shortly after the international friendly with Russia. You can see on your screen, that's the word. We'll read it together, but very soon. And that continued to generate dividends or divided reaction amongst, Nigerian football fans. Although the player deleted the post hours after fans have continued to make it a topic of discourse. Some fans are on the opinion that the player should exit honorably, but others felt he still has something to offer to the national team. Now, that's about Victor Boniface. And also, we'll tell you, also lending his voice to the subject. The subject matter is Eric Chell's agent. Now, Eric Chell's agent, Ndidi, has strongly denied claims that the Super Eagles forward has been dropped from the FIFA World Cup qualifiers scheduled to hold against Lesotho or South Africa in September. We'll see also that very game. But also, recent report alleged that Chell was unhappy with Boniface's performance, particularly his present defensive efforts and work rate during Nigeria 1-1 friendly against Russia. I'm going to bring you a post so you see what also people are saying about Victor Boniface, and then we are just, commiserating with Victor Boniface. If I say with the Petam, this case is big. It's bigger than what you think. Now, for Victor Boniface to actually say something like that, and then, say he play well, everybody knows the story. He likes to play. Then we'll bring you that one. But also, Boniface, who played just, editorial also, Boniface, who played just over an hour in the match, has now gone 13 games without scoring for Nigeria, extending his goal drought for the national team. Added to the speculation was now deleted social media post by Boniface, in which, let's get that post so you see for yourself. Now, known for his humorous nature, the comment was clearly made in jest. Now then, talker now, and about the future. Now, look at the post. I'm proud to play for my country and a dream for me also. Really enjoyed every moment, the good and the bad. Thanks a lot. Thank you all. I don't hang boots. That's Boniface. Now, let's go. Another comment. One comment that looks like that comment. Now, look at this. Watch this. I'm going to read. This one says, criticism is part of football, but it should always be moderate and respectful. I honestly think Victor Boniface has just been unlucky with the national team, considering early retirement might be too extreme. A break is fine, but slipping away completely, that feels harsh. He should take time, reflect, and come back stronger. Now, this post you saw, these people, or this, all Niger girls, right? They posted this when they knew, or when they heard, or when they felt like Boniface would not delete that post. And they said, Nigerians should be calm. These players feel pain too. Don't forget they are humans too. Stay strong, Boniface. Nigeria believes in you. Some people will ask you, who believe in you? Now, can I even tell you, if Boniface retires today, nobody's going to miss him. Sorry to say, but that's the truth. Now, he said, fans, make una they take them easy. These guys are not robots. And then, same way, una almost chased Madoko Koye away after the Tunisia game at AFCON 2021. But look at him today. Absolutely brilliant. Now, local media quickly says on the post, suggesting that Boniface might no longer be part of the Chelsea plan for Nigeria under September 5th Chelsea. Ndidi, assistant to Chelsea, however, dismissed these claims outright in a statement made available to newsmen on Tuesday. Now, let me quote him. He said, the man, he said, Eric Chell is a professional. He doesn't operate that way. If he had anything to say, you would hear it from him directly through an interview or audio recording. 99% of what is reported as something Eric Chell said is false. So not be true. He only speaks during official press conference before or after matches. But I talk about Boniface, he's 24. He made his debut for the Nigerian side in September 2023 during African Cup of Nations qualifier against Sao Tome and Principe. Yes, let me even ask this question now. What's next for Victor Boniface? What do you advise should be done to Boniface? Should Boniface still be given opportunities to play for the Nigerian national team? Or are we feeling like we are petting him so much? He's not the only player, but a lot of opportunities, like you said, chances have been given to this player, and he has not taken it the way he needs to take it. Truth be told, Boniface is not a bad player. Yes, I want to say that. I'm not advocating for Boniface, but You get as you go take give person time. You know what I'm saying? You guy will take give person chance. You're not going to give her. You know, go like. Do you understand my point? You want Boniface to be part of the team. Yes, cool. But you know, I said it before and I'll say it again. Him on his own part, he jokes too much. He play too much. He do the play because why would you put up a post and at the end of the day you're deleting the post? So it looks unserious, like they say it's a gesture or it's what's the word? It's a playful talk. But how right was it to see that Boniface came out to say that he don't hang boots? Now, you know what you've done? You've raised controversies everywhere. But I know, like the Nigerians, that's this cyberbullying we do a lot. And that's why I always give reference and record to Cristiano Ronaldo. You know why? Ronaldo is one player the upcoming kids will emulate, they will watch every time, any day. You know why? Not just about his gameplay, mentality is strong. But everywhere he has gone, he has conquered. Ronaldo has faced foes, friends, and well-wishers. But you know what? Enemies as well on the game, if there's a word like that, or haters, that's the word. But his mentality is top-notch. Alexi will be smart when they do, it will be that, it will be go delete all him. You know, see that thing? Nigeria talk, it will be nothing behind come out. Madikoko, they say na fine boy, only girls they like. They shoot short, he enter. Nigeria, we talk, they dump him. It took him a whole lot to come back to the game. Now, Boniface, everybody knows, maybe we like to say Boniface likes to play in the joke where in like, you know, listen, but was he right to see Boniface? How good was it to see Boniface putting out that? For me, I feel like that was too extreme. Because you be influencer on your own. If Boniface is not a content creator, you're going to get views. Because this guy is just there, he likes to play. And in not too long, you can't delete the post. Now, what you have Nigerians talking now. But I'll tell you the truth. They say in every atom of a news or whatever they say there's this speculation surrounding it. Personally, he's not feeling good. If not you be Boniface, you know go happy. He's been given chances. Do you know how well he's respected? If he wasn't respected, he should be part of the Unity Cup. Unity Cup be like say the one you go watch them, when they Musa they throw them, they go watch them. So what then did the Simi Ajayi, they all put them in, they just get depth for the team. Then they kept I don't want to say they kept the good ones, but they kept the one with them put them for friendly match. Boniface not still ball play. Tracking wise, he was not tracking well. He was not defensive. He was just, he wasn't ruthless in front of goal. I don't like to watch that kind of Boniface. But the question is, what should be done? That's like my own question now to you watching me. What should be done to Boniface? Should Boniface be given another opportunity? How long? Lionel Richie don't sing. I'll say how long? You know that song, Abi? You don't sing. How long are we going to keep waiting? There are players who are hungry to play. But all of these things I'm saying would not make sense until Eric Chell decides. You know what the fans does? The fans will have to keep talking. And when the fans are talking, Eric Chell, it gets to his head. But that's why you're the gaffer, you're the coach. You're on top of the game. You rule the body. Nobody tells you what to do on line-up setting because you're the coach. And you make decisions yourself, and that's how it works. So Eric Chell on his part knows that the Super Eagles is owned by the Federation, but I'm the coach here. If a Boniface will be playing the game for Nigeria, now me go decide them. If you not go play, now me go decide that. So now only time you go take, Stamara go coin Papani. But if you ask me, I've said it before. Boniface, so let me say the verse for you. If you now don't ask me this thing, I go tell you and I say, I just say Nigerian top 3 strikers for now. Victor Osimhen, 26. Boniface is not there. He's not in that list too. Me, Boniface is out. I will go with Osimhen, Cyril Dessers, and who? And who? Togo Rokodari. But let's talk about Victor Osimhen, the most talked about Nigerian player. Let me tell you, 850,000 euro per week for Victor Osimhen if he had accepted the Al Hilal's deal. But Victor Osimhen has turned down that one again. Theo Hernandez, Bruno Fernandes, Victor Osimhen all turned down Al Hilal's deal. And right now, Al Hilal are really wanting to go for Benjamin Sesko, the RB Leipzig man. Victor Osimhen, I don't know, if I talk about Nigeria economy, if you talk, say, if you want to use Nigeria economy, most of you're wrong, go Saudi Arabia. You know what? Osimhen is 26. If you check Nigeria economy problem, as it just be so, because our problem be like anti-clockwise. If they see me, we talk, they see me, brother, off mic. That's how your problem will be so. If you look at everything just today, you go say, Victor Osimhen, go to Saudi Arabia. You know why? Because I had a friend not long on the radio, and I was having a chit-chat with him, and I was asking him a question. I said, Victor Osimhen has got a very high mentality at 26. I mean, he's won the Scudetto, went to the Italian side, he conquered the world. He said, yes, now maybe Osimhen. He be like, everything won't come bend. He go Saudi Arabia, and go Turkey, go win Super League, win their cup too. And now he's still 26. Now, looking at his wages, all of the Premier League club side cannot afford him. Now, Osimhen does not want to. Osimhen be like, he like money, oh. He like money, but he does not want to take that pay cut. He don't want to reduce them. And you know what? It's not just about not reducing it. He has laid this game and he has lived it. We'll bring you a video. Before we talk about Foludu, you now go see what team B Bernard, my guy, area, in Lagos. So, what team talk about Victor Osimhen? Because the money is outrageous. Like 850,000 euro every Thursday. Now you're going to carry the go house. Not be club matter now. Personally, Osimhen still they turn down. Osimhen say no. Osimhen feels like I can't be in Saudi Arabia. Economy no go affect me. Now maybe Osimhen I get money, I'll just join. But you want to understand what I'm saying? Watch Coach B Bernard. I'll talk about Bernard again when I return. Then hear what he said about Victor Osimhen. Enjoy this one.
Osimhen, which one Fabrizio they say you have rejected high enough money now? Now what do we talk about? What they worry you now? Fabrizio just put now say Victor Osimhen has rejected high last money and his deal is now off. Hey, I don't that. Not be something I calculate for here 6.5 billion. Me go say the thing not correct. I can't carry my phone come. Me calculate here 6.5 billion a month. Okay, mo say come on 1 billion. Mo say 1 billion. Leave her for 5.5 billion. You no problem. Why don't calculate? I don't already have. I work December. I don't go. No, who can really get time to do all these things? Life hard. Now 1 million they say Ram. So Ram for Salah, 1 million. Money not they reach do anything again. Me and you don't agree sorty. What is the meaning of you are not going to high like? Where are you going to? What do worry you? You just come on 2 billion, 4.30 billion. You won't go, you won't live waiting. No, see, not to me like that. Now my life you they play with so my body they shake. Got you. What do worry you? More go short time. What are you doing? What am I about? What worry you? I know, yes, some of us want to see you in the best competition. But me, I want not be competition and define a compensation. That be my prayer point. Just give me some. Ha! This boy, if you say no to this thing now, I say you have shattered my life. I'm in depressed mood now. My body not. No, see, not like that now.
Coach Big Bernard, shout out to Big Bernard. That's very one you heard him say about Victor Osimhen. He's not all about what he wants, but for me, compensation. Yes. Now, former Super Eagles midfielder Edema Foludu has said that Victor Boniface, Victor Osimhen, that's the word. Victor Osimhen would be putting himself off the radar if he eventually accepts to take his football career to Saudi League at a young age. Young age is 26 actually, right? Now, Victor Osimhen, who is 26, has reportedly agreed to personal terms with Al Hilal, Saudi Pro League side, and is on the verge of European or leaving Europe for a high-profile move to the Middle East country. According to the post for yesterday, but now it's debunked. He's saying, no, I can't go on. Report indicate that Osimhen has accepted the offer, and the $5 million gap remains between Napoli and Al Hilal to finalize the transfer. To Foludu, dumping Europe for the Saudi League at this age or at this stage of his career has a lot of implications. What are the implications? I want to know. Now, Foludu said, first, I believe Osimhen has a good manager and a good agent. We might have weighty options of leaving Europe for Saudi League if he eventually accepts to move to play for the money in the Saudi League. Osimhen should know he will put himself off the radar. He can no longer aspire to become World Footballer of the Year among other big titles. Now, that's true. Now, Foludu said Osimhen is an adult and he knows what he wants at this stage of his football career. Going to play in Saudi League is to make money. In the real sense, the bottom line in this game of money, of football is money. Like I asked someone, what do we play for? And he said, passion. I said, passion. How do they drive passion? Me, I get passion. Though. But you know something? Passion is being abused sometimes. Now for HR work, because when they say they get passion, they go abuse them. You know some passion. But it's not sometimes the truth of the matter is like a bitter truth. Money drives passion. They pay you. If you like that thing, because they give you better money, you go do and pass. You know? But he said, but there are other considerations like fame before going for the money. But he has his choice to make. Foludu is the former player of the Bendel National Side Football Club of Benin City, BBC or BCC Alliance of Boko and Julius Berger Football Club of Lagos. Now, a few days ago, former Super Eagles captain John Obi Mikel strongly advised Osimhen to prioritize a move to Saudi Arabia, to the Premier League, that's the word. He wants Osimhen to go to Premier League. And then Saudi Arabia is a side that nobody wants to see him. He said it's a premature side. In the words of Mikel, he said, I don't want to see him in Saudi right now because he still has so much to offer in Europe. It will be a shame to see him go there, Mikel told metro.co.uk. So maybe Arsenal, Man United, Juventus, Paris Saint-Germain too are his option. Let's see what happens. Osimhen is 26, is expected to return to Napoli after a prolific loan spell at Galatasaray, where he scored 37 goals in 41 games. But there are serious transfer pressures from different teams. As a result of his strained relationship with Napoli, Galatasaray wants to keep him, while Al Hilal are keen to lure him to Saudi Arabia. Mikel, a former Chelsea star, has hoped to see Osimhen at Stamford Bridge, but admits the club has gone in another direction with the signing of Liam Delap. Now, Mikel said, everyone knows that I wanted to see Victor Osimhen come to Chelsea, but it's a shame he didn't come to Chelsea. The club, he reported, likes and loves as a kid. See, you know this Osimhen talk, let me even say it. Please, I want to beg, let's allow Osimhen decide what he wants for himself. If you don't allow him, see, you know, this is like Osimhen in his peak. That's what people don't understand. Football has a peak. Like, you get level when you go reach, you they go, they sail, they go. When you get there, you're on your peak. And at some point, it drops so drastically. Victor Osimhen is key to the Nigerian national team. When he's not playing, we are struggling. Is it good to be in the European scene? Of course, yes, why not? Chelsea were keen on him before, but Liam Delap now closed. Man United not competing on European scene. I'm just looking at the possibilities of club sign. Arsenal, Benjamin Chelsea, I don't even know. Even Zubimendi, enough he collect. Arsenal, you're the door for transfer. Now, Zubimendi and Madrid want to do the U-turn, so he might go to Madrid. So, who is Arsenal keen on? I think Osimhen will not take nothing less than £200,000. I think for me, I'm just thinking, close to 2, or maybe 250 or 200. I'm just saying, but Osimhen not go earn 150. He wouldn't want to earn 150. Of course not. Now, one thing about Osimhen, he's keeping the game high. His momentum is high. Osimhen does not want to stop at where people think he should stop. Osimhen is looking at the future. It's not just about the money. If it was the money, I think last season he would have left. But now look at the money that they are coming with. Personally, not the club matter now, 850,000 euros. Put out for calculator for Nigeria. I mean, you not go bend one side. But he's still keen on the job and still said, I want to keep playing for myself, my passion, and for a bigger side. So it will take time, and let's see how and where the Nigerian international Victor Osimhen will be playing the straight come next season. Now, the FIFA Club World Cup is coming soon, so don't worry. We'll keep you updated on that very one. Can we talk about something that I like to say? Legendary morning, Super Eagles celebrate Keshi 9 years after death. He was so good that they had to rename the stadium in Asaba, Delta State, Nigeria, after him. He's the leader. The Super Eagles of Nigeria has paid tribute to legendary captain and coach Stephen Keshi on the 9th anniversary of his passing, honoring his enduring legacy in Nigerian football. Moving on, Keshi, affectionately called the Big Boss, died on June 7, 2016 at the age of 54. Revered for his leadership both on the pitch and from the sidelines, he remains the only Nigerian to have won the African Cup of Nations as both a player and a coach. In a tribute shared via his official X account on Sunday, the Nigerian national team hailed Stephen Keshi, his impact on the Super Eagles, and his belief in local talent. Now, the statement reads, today we remember the Big Boss as both a captain and a coach. Keshi led the Super Eagles with passion, pride, and unshakable belief in Nigerian talent. He guided Nigeria to its 3rd African Cup of Nations title in 2013, becoming only the 2nd person in history to win the tournament as both player and a coach. His leadership inspired generation, and his vision helped elevate Nigerian football on the global stage. Forever in our hearts, forever a Super Eagles. Rest in peace, rest in power, Big Boss. And that's emotional to see. Now, current Super Eagles captain who debuted on the Keshi, William Troost Ekong, simply wrote R.I.P. Idol as he quoted the tribute a day after celebrating his 10-year stint with the national team. So Ekong don't take small. See, he gave him his debut, right? So Ekong, I told you, he was part of the 2018 World Cup. You know, Ekong, you know how he has been. That's why he's the skipper of the side for now. No be Ahmed Musa. Musa come, will give Musa captain, but now Ekong, now we're going to say now be the captain. And I tell you, joining the remembrance was Nigerian lawmaker and football enthusiast Akin Alabi, who posted a vintage video of Keshi from his playing days. In the accompanying caption, he praised the former central defender for his elegance and technical stability. The big boss Stephen Keshi was a baller. From this clip, you would even know he was a defender. A central defender, Alabi wrote, I regard him as the greatest ever sportsman from Nigeria. Continue to rest in peace. Now, born on January 23, 1962, Keshi had an illustrious playing career that saw him earn 60 caps for Nigeria and captain the Eagles to glory in 1994 AFCON in Tunisia. Now, that same year, he featured prominently as Nigeria made its debut appearance at the FIFA World Cup in the United States. Can I tell you, we were the 5th best country at that point. At club level, Stephen Keshi represented several teams across Africa, Europe, and Asia, most notably Anderlecht in Belgium, where he won the Belgian First Division title in 1991. His playing career also included spells in Ivory Coast, France, the United States, and Malaysia. I like to look at this video, this picture that I'm seeing. Of blessed memory, keep resting in peace, boss. And that's what this man is known for. Stephen Keshi, good player, anytime, any day. But he's got quality, and everybody knows. Think about Victor Osimhen. All of these guys know him, and they're still looking out for him. And we'll see how that goes. But can I tell you one more before we leave the show to tell you this who? Now let's talk about before I talk about this, let me talk about that debt issue. I know the story, the network, I know the story, but let's go on. Let's talk about the Nigerian network talks. But Super Eagles, I like to say this to the Nigerian Football Federation. Please, I want to beg. Stephen Keshi is late today, yes, I know. But I beg, please, let's do things right. You know why? We need to remember our heroes past. Whenever I hear those Iras or those Nigeria songs, I play Nigeria, all those things I hear, I'm like, and we don't even do what this song says. It would not be wrong to see the MPFL games go on and they are keeping stand because one player died on this day. That's what we want to see. But it's not done. You see European game, you go see Crystal Palace get match with Leicester. You go see one man, maybe I don't even know, 1984 to 1992, I don't know. But these men are remembered for what they've done. That's how I envisage. That's how I feel I want Nigerian football to be. Now we are celebrating 9 years for Keshi. Good. What about the rest of them? I can call names. What about the 1980 sets that are late today? What about the 94 squad? Thompson Oliha of blessed memories late today was my manager, or coach rather, at the Kwara Football Academy at that point in time. What about, what's the name? Rashidi Yekini. First World Cup goal, you go to net. Who don't score that can go Naim? We're not talking about these personalities today. So we are giving Keshi because he won the Nations Cup as a player and as a coach, but it does not work like that. Good to remember Keshi, without due respect, but I would say, I would advocate, and I would want to plead as well, let's allow these things continue. Keep the date of this man when they died, and put it out there for the social media, for MPFL club side, so we can reference our own. Now, all this thing what they do, they make us say, we not respect our own, all this kind of thing, because I don't know how you say, okay, yes, like I like this news, so nobody's not like them, but I'm just saying, we want to say this go on and on and on, and then how it works. If we don't do it right back home, it says a lot. And it says a lot in the sense that we don't respect our own. Now, if you ask me, you'll be like when Eric Chell called Cyril Dessa come national team. I just felt like he called Cyril Dessa to the national team because we were talking. Now, because they would remember, last time we win Nations Cup, and tomorrow I'll tell me, say, we'll be African giant, or African champion. No. All right, but I must say rest in peace to every of our legend who has played the game to 11, who has played for the badge. I'm not wearing the jersey today, the green badge, the Super Eagles badge, in honor for the national team. I will say rest in peace, and I use the Keshi's talk to dedicate to all of them who have who've lost in the struggle, and I say keep living on legends of the game. Yes, I think at this point we have to call it a close on the show today, but don't forget, tomorrow will be another very time where we'll let you know everything. Tomorrow, hopefully, we'll tell you 10 Nigerian players who become coaches after retirement. And we'll also look into one part again. We'll tell you what's really going on about the Super Eagles and how we want to play in the upcoming qualifiers under Eric Chell. I want to believe that Eric Chell will do it right after seeing this Unity Cup go on and also after seeing the friendly game go. You can now put in your space to say, now you I go call. If we see Boniface again, what we go do Eric Chell? Not me go talk, but I be the coach and I go to talk. Yes, my name is Keshi, and you've been watching the Sports Republic show. We are Voice of the People Television, Lagos, Nigeria, and I'm signing out. Don't forget, I'm the only football player without a jersey. Tomorrow will be a Wednesday, and trust me, I'm going to see you. Peace.
Don't make a sound until you hear a better striker than Wayne Rooney, Carlos Tevez, Lukaku, Harry Kane, Luis Suarez, Didier Drogba, Erling Haaland, Sergio Aguero, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Does that?
I could have stopped on a couple more as well, but
Osimhen. We need Osimhen. We need experience. We need someone who knows how to score. We need someone who can come and show these young strikers at Man United how to do it. If I'm Man United, I'm making it happen. I want someone who knows their way around the football pitch at the elite level and knows how to score at the elite level consistently. Osimhen's done that. I want here and now. He does. Yes, Osimhen hasn't played in the Premier League, but I don't care. I think he scores wherever he goes.
Osimhen. Which one Fabrizio they say you have rejected high lot money now? Now what do we talk about? Where they worry you now? Fabrizio just now say Osimhen has rejected high last money and his deal is now off. Hey, I don't that. That is something I calculate for here 6.5 billion. Me go say the thing not correct. I can't carry my phone come. Me calculate here 6.5 billion a month. Okay, mo say come on 1 billion. Mo say 1 billion. Leave her for 5.5 billion. You no problem. Why don't calculate? I don't already ask my Oga Vintage say how much for that the mansion for him. Be say man knock one for Ukelio. What the you dey say no to waiting. So now who walk take care of me because now I don't already plan over this because we at work December. I don't go. No, who cares? You really get time to do all these things. Life hard. Now 1 million they sell RAM. So RAM for Salah 1 million. Money not they reach do anything again. Me and you don't agree sorty. What is the meaning of you are not going to highlight? Where are you going to? What do worry you? You just come on 2 billion, 4.30 billion. You walk on, you only waiting. No, see, don't do me like that. Now my life you they play with so my body they shake. Catch you. What do worry you? More go short time. What are you doing? What my boy? What do worry you? I know, yes, some of us want to see you in the best competition, but me, I want to be competition and define a compensation. That be my prayer point. Just give me some. Ha! This boy, if you say no to this thing now, I say you have shattered my life. I'm in depressed mood now. My body not. No, see, man, not like that now.